Welcome to today's Duel caster video between Toot at 985, I like their username, and New Raw Beef at 571. Now, I'm not going to comment too much on this duel this time because I want to introduce you to something new that will be coming later this week on my channel. A new Yu-Gi-Oh series that I'm planning. Symphonic Warrior. Anyway, a new Yu-Gi-Oh series that I'm planning called Yu-Gi-Oh! Feet. Now that title is going to throw so many people off. Because no, it is not about the footprints or the size of the feet of Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters. No, it's not that. It's all caps because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Facts, Easter eggs, and trivia. Yu-Gi-Oh! Feet. Now, in each episode, I will talk about a multitude of facts, Easter eggs, and trivia about Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. But I suppose the video games as well, but also like just card game in general, and the anime. Yeah, so card game, anime, and video games, and whatever else Yu-Gi-Oh! Really is used for. And I'm going to try and teach you things that you don't already know. So things like, yeah, the attack of Silver Fang is 1200. That's a fact. Yeah, but is it interesting? Not really. Unless you can really find a hidden meaning as to why Silver Fang's attack is 1200. Let's say the creator of the card really liked wolves and really saw that design as awesome, and his great grandpa was born in the year 1200, or he really liked an invention that was made in that year and invented in that year, and then that's why. Then I'll go for that. Like, that's why the attack of that monster is that. But otherwise I won't. Maybe every now and then I may like go into detail about the number. Like a number monster, why let's say number 39 is number 39, why number 85 is number 85. But generally I don't feel like going into that because it's really just simple. It's too simple and I don't feel it's as interesting. Some of the things that I will talk about could be found on the trivia pages of certain cards on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki. But most things that are there on the page won't be mentioned. Like, Silver Fang has sort of a counterpart in Wolf. Same type, same attributes, same stats, normal monster. I don't feel that's too interesting to talk about in any video, even though it could be a fact. I don't feel it's that interesting. Trap Hole. There's quite a lot of cards with Trap Hole in their name that are part of the whole archetype. Yeah, I suppose it is archetype because Trap Tricks now. Anyway, I can do that, but I don't feel that's as interesting either, just to name all of them or say how many. Unless it's like a really big benchmark, let's say 30. I say 30, that's really a lot. Pretty sure there's no 30 whole normal trap cards. So, in that case, I'd be like, did you know that Trap Hole has multiple pieces to its archetype? But did you know that there's more than 30? Like, in that sense, I would bring it sort of that way. I don't feel that's as interesting as well. Like, I have a list here, flashing it by so you can't read it. Of the first 10 and then a couple of others already. Like, I plan to do the first 10. I do plan to make this quite a bit fancy looking. So maybe I'll use PowerPoint to do some stuff, not with all like entrances, but just I'm not going to use my webcam for that one either. I'm just going to use maybe PowerPoint or just use somewhere else and just edit the video together nicely. If I use PowerPoint, I won't really need to do that, but then I'll need to find really good images and do it in one go. And otherwise, I'll just do every fact or Easter egg or trivia separate and just edit them together. Editing is something I've done very little. Like on my videos, I just expand the screen so it looks good on YouTube. Maybe change the volume a bit, and then I alter where my my face cam goes. And pretty much always that's what I do. I barely ever do anything different. So that'll be something new for me. Maybe I'll try PowerPoint, as I said, if that even works. If I go full screen, I'll have to see. But I'm gonna try a few different things probably in the first few episodes, but I do hope it'll be really interesting. I do plan to make it look really fancy, to make it really interesting. As I said, I'm not gonna just go for every piece of trivia that can be found on the wiki. Sure, some will be found there, but not all of them, because I do want it to be very interesting, not just, yeah, I guess that's one. But I want it, for the most part, to be like, whoa, that's cool. I didn't know that. More to create that feeling. That's what I'm looking for. And I tested with Seb, and he comes out, and he knows quite a bit about Yu-Gi-Oh, but not as much as I do, because I'm much more into the anime and the competitive side of things. I know a lot more cards, so he knew nothing of my first 10. Some others may have realized this, but maybe not to the extent that I've written them down in. So, yeah. So I suppose I'll give you a little. No, I'm gonna. No. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I still have quite a lot of schoolwork to do because deadline tomorrow for stuff. So I'm not gonna work on the video then because, as I said, I do plan to make it look fancy. There's gonna be quite a lot more time and work going into these videos. So I'm not going to work on this before Friday, although I do have like the first episode facts together already, but the rest I'm not going to do before Friday. So it could be up Friday if things work out quite well, and otherwise Saturday, Sunday, somewhere there this weekend. And then we'll just see the episode up, and that will be my Yu-Gi-Oh video for the day. And then I don't plan to make it a regular thing like every week or every 2 weeks. Every week I feel will be too much, maybe every 2-3 weeks, but really I'm just going to do it whenever I feel like it, every few weeks probably, and then not necessarily always on a Saturday, but then one on a Saturday, one on a Wednesday, then the next one on a Tuesday, and the next one on a Friday. Whenever I feel like I have the time and have it finished, really, then I'll make it. So yeah, I suppose I'll give you a little preview, I suppose, to get you excited for the first episode. One of them is about Yusei in the 5D's anime and about his win streaks. One of them is about the appearance of Yugi in some kind of manga. And there's also Reaper of the Cards. There's a card called Reaper of the Cards. One of our head admins on DN actually has that username as well. But Reaper of the Cards, there's actually 2 facts that I have regarding Reaper of the Cards, which will be quite interesting. That's kind of all I had to talk about. I really should have just made this a duel vlog, which is what I call my vlogs that are about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because now the duel isn't finished yet, and this is a duel caster, and my dinner's kind of ready, which is why I was called downstairs a moment ago. Maybe you didn't hear the yell, but you did see me going off screen saying, Ackman is out! So, yeah. Finish each other off already! One's playing Skull Servant, someone's playing a Mystic Piper Ghost Trick-ish deck. Finish each other off already! So I can at least end the recording, save the video, and then I'll upload it after. That's not much of a problem. I'll just do that when I work on school things. I don't know how much power that has, but probably a lot. If it has at least 5,000 attack, this game is over, and we'll see it at mid-defeat, and that happens, so at least 5,000 attack. Or not. 4,000 attack it is. New Robbie was just checking to be sure it was actually 4,000. Seemingly so. Is there gonna be another tribute summon? If worst comes to worst and this game takes a lot longer, I'll just have to end the recording early You'll have to go downstairs, and then when I get back, I'll just let you know what the result was. In case you were following this, because really I see this as a duel vlog. I should have made it a duel vlog, but I don't want to tell the story again, even though I really could. But I feel I've told everything in a good way, in a nice way, the way that I wanted to tell it. Lionheart, yes! That's a deck I want to make as well. A deck that uses Lionheart. And this could actually really work with that thing being at 4,000. 3,900 damage straight into him. And that can be used on the opponent's turn as well. So if they can't negate it, next turn could be it. Although then this thing will be forced into defense and they can just attack it. But then they could still attack the lady in white, making it 2,100 damage. So if they don't have any skill drain or anything like that, they'd be forced to play King of the Skill Servants in defense mode and Lady in White in attack mode. And then Lady in White in attack mode would mean just tribute summon Caius and boom, game as well. But that's what they're forced to do, because otherwise Lionheart into Lady in White in 2,100 damage due to Lionheart's effect. And it's game over. What'll New Raw Beef do? I'm gonna wait this turn and Toot's turn. But New Raw Beef's probably gonna check what they have to do to survive the next turn. If it's gonna take another 20 seconds and they're doing nothing, I'm just gonna end it and then I'll let you know. Like, in an annotation. No, I'll put it in the description who won. Because I do have to kind of go to dinner. I make my parents wait too much. Raiden, what are they going to do with that? Force an attack? Mill? Synchro? They can synchro now for level 8. That's the only chance I see them having. Oh, BLS. I only see their option being a synchro. Stardust? No. What could stop Lionheart? Something with a stat that's below 2,200. And then place them in that position. And hopefully, like an effect, I can do something. A synchro. Come on, finish it. I know I'm slow during my games as well. Never another. Okay. Synchro. Black Rose. That's the only chance they have. The only chance they have. The King of the Skill Servants can't be back because it wasn't destroyed by battle. One good move. Treeborn is out. Treeborn Frog. Main phase. They're not summoning Treeborn Frog. Did they forget? Or do they already have game? Because if they have like Caius or whatever. Technically that's too late because they went into M1, waited a while, and only then summoned it. But if the opponent allows it, I'm not gonna bother saying. No, the opponent seems to be fine with that, so I'll allow it as well. Just play! It's almost done. I want to see if you have a finisher. This increases level by 6. Level 7. Oh, it's a tuner! Synchron to Ed Crimson. Yeah, game. See you later. I'm gonna have dinner, and look forward to Yu-Gi-Oh! Feet. Remember, it is not always about Yu-Gi-Oh! Feet. Alright. I'm really excited for that show. Hope you are too. Goodbye.